The rules of this segment, essentially no rules. Beef about anything you want. I'm here for it. Sports, non-sports, professional, social, emotional, anything at all. Tommy, we started with the phone calls and then had nothing but phone calls last week. Where are we starting this week? All right, let's go to social media first. Jim, if you're on hold, stay there. If not, call. Jim, my beef is with my male coworker who whines to me about his marriage. This isn't your standard issue complaints about bad cooking or reckless spending habits. No, I am forced to hearing about her being out all night and suspicions of her getting nice with somebody else. Nice. I didn't ask for any of this, but if I hear about it one more time, I'm going to fish her out of the bars myself. Jim in Quartz Hill. I like it. Rome. My beef is with people who put a T in the word else. It's not else. It's else. You're an adult. Learn how to enunciate your way out of second grade. It's one syllable, 4 letters, and not a single one of them is a T. Ross in St. Louis. Hey, Ross. Anything else? Jimmy, got a beef about anything else? Jimmy, I have a beef with people who have a bat in the cave. I go to pick up donuts. Grandma behind the counter has a booger hanging out of her nostrils. For the love of God, give Gangan a tissue.
Hey, Louise.
Mike in the STL. I've got a beef with people who have a bat in the cave. Dude, you shouldn't be picking up donuts. We covered this. Maybe if you don't pick up donuts, it would limit the chances of you seeing somebody with a bat in the cave. Wells? Wells with a beef. My beef is with my wife. She clowns me for using a shoehorn. Quit talking smack to me. When she stops cooking every meal in a crock pot, maybe I'll listen to her. Until then, pipe down and let me put on my shoes the smart, easy, safe way. Damn, Wells. Anything else? It says, my beef is with grown adults who cannot properly pronounce the name of the Cincinnati football team. It's not Bengals. It's not Bengals. It's Bengals. Really, it's a simple word. And I see numerous players, announcers, radio personalities, and talking heads struggle with it. It blows my mind. Did you also learn about Benjamin Franklin in high school? Did you put ban gay on your sore muscles? Learn to talk. JB in Ohio. My beef. Tools who use their iPads as cameras at their kids' sporting events. You know they make pocket-sized cameras now, losers. They're called phones. Vince in Fresno. That's my favorite one so far. That is kind of a weird vibe. I can't wait till they get those iPad sticks that losers can use. Like hold up their iPad with a giant pole. Double sticks. Maybe get a couple of ski poles, strap them together, and use them as your iPad stick. Notice how tight that beef was, too. It was short. It was sweet. It was tight. It was good. Nice job, Vince. Tighten your game up. Jim, my beef is with the annual Super Bowl Kid Reporter. Every year, some 10-year-old brat gets coached with ridiculous football questions and thrown into the awkward sideline player interviews. It's a classic triple U. Personally, I believe, as a U.S. American, that Super Bowl Kid reporters and beauty pageant interviews gotta go, like such as
are unable to do so because some
unwar, neglected social media beefs.
and I believe that our education, like such as
Come on, bro, lighten up a bit. Brian in Detroit with that. Jimmy, my beef is drive-through order girl asking, is that all after each item I order? I'll tell you when I'm done. Now I'm done. Sammy in H-Town. I feel that one. Purple turtleneck tan man. My beef is with myself. I sent an email to Sir Pimsalot the other day with grade F smack about the Cowgirls. What's next? She-Hawks smack? I need to step my game up and make the show better, not worse. Come on, Mario. Stop bringing the show down.
Step your game
Signed
up.
to Mario in SF. Worst self-realization. Nice job, bro. Way to go. Way to be. My beef is when someone is speaking and isn't making any sense but says, you know what I mean? Because then you have to admit that you have no idea what they mean and feel stupid when in reality, they're the ones sounding stupid. Danielle. Hey, Danielle, War Lady Clones. There you go. Snags. My beef is with butt wipes. Butt wipes in the grocery who pull off 2 to 3 bananas instead of buying the entire bunch. Is 3 more bananas too much for you to handle? Bananas are like anything else in the grocery. It's all or none, people. No one goes and opens up a half a loaf of bread and gets out 5 or 6 slices. Buy all the bananas or keep your grubbing mitts off them. Patrick in Bama. I like it. At Rays Fan 50, my beef is with the local traffic news girl. Every little fender bender is a, quote, crash. She says crash so often there should be an over-under bet on her use of the word. Recently, she mentioned an active crash. Is that like 2 cars repeatedly ramming into each other? Hashtag, what's your beef? Hey, yo, dude. That's how I got my start. Doing traffic reports. Don't come at her like that. You come at her like that, you're coming at me like that. I did exactly what she used to do. I've told you that story. When I got my break at $5 an hour doing traffic reports back in the day, $5 an hour, yo. 30 hours a week, no bennies, 1 month vacation relief. This is how I got back into radio. I did traffic reports. I worked for a guy who ran the station who was terrifying, man. Not too many people I'm afraid of. I can count on one hand. I was afraid of this guy. We all were. Jabba the Hutt. Short, old, violent, and had no neck. And what neck he had was pockmarked. Dude, this dude was scary as hell. He'd roll into the station and terrorize all of us. He said, hey, Rome, I've been listening to your traffic reports. Sir, I don't hear about any accidents. Well, that's because there aren't any. We live in Santa Barbara. There's not a hell of a lot going on here, sir. Tell you what, Rome, you find accidents, or I'll find somebody that will find accidents. Yes, sir. I got back in that car. I just started making up accidents. And they were always in the clearing stages. And I would say things like he said. He said about she said. Crashes, fender benders, active crash. She's probably going through the same thing I was. She probably has some Jabba the Hutt boss with a pockmarked neck telling her, hey, yo, you better find some accidents or I'll find somebody who will. I got your back. Quote, traffic news girl, whoever you are. Jimothy, my beef is with the butthole parked in the right lane at multi-lane intersections. This mouth breather is going to go straight when the light turns green, but he's blocking me if I need to take a free right turn. Hey, idiot, you're going straight. Move the hell over to one of the middle lanes so we can make our free right turns, you bag.
You're an idiot.
Brad in the 360, cycling degenerate. Hey, Jim, my beef is with people that spend their winters in SoCal and complain when we have 3 or 4 days of rain a year. I come here to get away from this kind of weather. Hole. We need the rain to keep all your golf courses green and not pay a fortune for water at my house. Mike and La Quinta. That makes sense. Dear cousin. I like that. Here it comes. Dear cousin, my beef is with the octogenarians that refuse to get rid of their driver's license. These elder chowds are actually the biggest massholes and cause the road rage in New England. Bernie in Beantown. Yo, cuz, right? My man going in on the elder chowds. Bernie, what up, dude? What up, cuz? I feel you. We have some of that. Hey, cuz, we got some of that out here, too, for sure. Dear Jim, I've got beef with the tools they put on the big screen at a sporting event. They notice they're on the screen, then they go on to a point and they wave at the screen instead of waving at the cameraman with a camera right in front of them. Nick and Erie. Van Smack. My beef is with the non-handicapped people who press the handicap door button to enter buildings. Do they realize it takes longer to enter the building waiting for the mechanism to engage than using their arms? I bet they have no problem manually opening the refrigerator door to find copious amounts of birthday cake and, quote, diet soda. Stop being lazy. Hey, Vaughn? I see you, Vaughn. Vaughn in Knoxville. Nicely done. Yeah, JJ Sport Mode, Jim. My beef. My beef with that a-hole that hates my wife FaceTiming my daughter's soccer game on the iPad. It's easier for my wife to hold, and my daughter can see I am watching even though I'm out of town on business. Interesting. Rome. I got a beef with fat guys like Wells who complain about their wives cooking for them. Bro, you're an adult. Make your own damn food. He's got a point, Wells. You are fat and you are an adult. Dino in Vegas. And now here come the responses to some of the earlier beefs. Jim, my beef is with buy the whole bunch of banana guy. I don't really eat bananas. My goal is to let them ripen until they are fit for banana bread because my fat ass really needs that. So I'm just going to buy 2. And you can deal with the other 3 or 4 that happen to be sitting there while you're doing your banana shopping until the next person behind me is buying bananas for the same reason. Matt in Titletown. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't feel really strongly about this. My bigger problem with buying bananas when I do it, which is not often, is trying to get them into the green bag. But when you break off bananas, don't you inherently, if you break it off for 2, doesn't it open up banana 3 and 4, and don't they start to turn brown for the next person? I'm more concerned about that. Like opening up something. Like you're opening up a can of something and letting it rot. Like this guy, Brent and PC. Well, already you know this is going to suck. Brent and PC. My beef is with that banana beef guy. First off, a bunch of bananas is called a claw. Second, I'll buy as many or as few as I want. Get a life. That's rich.
Tell that clone to get a life.
Correcting somebody for calling bananas a bunch and letting us all know it's a claw and then telling us to get a life. Oh, all right, Brent. Get right on that, Brent. We'll get right on that getting a life thing, Brent. Hey, Rome, I've got a beef with the guy who said that his coworker was in the dumps about his wife and then saying that he's going to fish her out of the bars himself. Dude, that is bleeped up. I don't know, is it? All right, there you go. I think that is the extent of the written beefs. Let's go to the phones. We go to Mackinac Island. Connor, good to have you. Connor, what's your beef?
My beef is with Peter the bagger giving me PTSD in my off season, talking about telling you how to do your job. They come in to our island every single year in droves and tell us how to do our job. We don't have cheese curds on the menu. We don't have the Packers sound on. We don't have, well, I don't make an old fashioned the way their grandpa makes it in their garage in 1972.
I like that, bro. Nice job. Good job, Connor. So what he's talking about is he's in Michigan, and Wisconsinites come there and start telling them how to do their job. Yo, you're making that old-fashioned incorrectly. Make it the way we make it. Where are your cheese curds? Why is there no Wisconsin sound? He goes, I'm having flashbacks. That guy telling you how to do your job because you always come in here and tell me how to do my job. Respect. Let's go to Grand Rapids. Tom. Good to have you, Tom. What's your beef?
Hi, Jim. I got a beef with Alvy for not only giving me JT, but also accusing me of lying when I called about it last year. You know, my wife, she is pregnant, and she did ask me if she was fat, and then she did, and then I did respond, no, you do not, you do not, you do not, you do not. Jim, I also have a beef with you for saying Yoda is a coward, and I also got a beef with the flight deck, Brad in Corona, James in Portland, for having the same favorite song that I do, and that's the Ghostbusters.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call.
What is it that you do not understand about Keep It Tight? Get your beef in, keep moving. This is not the smack off. This is the What's Your Beef segment. And you don't have nearly the game to get into the smack off where I'd give you 5 minutes of runway. State your beef. Get the hell out of here. What is your beef? This is not nearly as hard as some of you make it. Let's go to Sacktown. Ryan, you're next up. Ryan, what's your beef?
JR, what's up? My beef is with guys and gals that rock Wranglers and big belt buckles. Untuck your shirts to shade those toes and knuckles.
All right, Ryan in Sacktown. Well, I'll give him this. It was short. 1-800-636-8686. Not one of our better beef days. They're all good. They're fun. But there have been some days that have just been ionic. Today's not that, but not yet.
Ionic.
It's not too late. I don't want to say this is like Trevor Lawrence with 4 picks and then turns it around into the best beef segment ever, but there's still hope.
Good.
Let's go to Driftwood. Ben. Good to have you, Ben. What's your beef?
Hey, Rome. Big up, Badger Mafia. My beef today is with any pro athlete that cares more about their hair than their on-field performance. And I'm looking at you, Trevor Lawrence. Sure, you're a Pantene All-Star working on a Palomalu deal, but the reason you threw 4 first-half INTs versus the Chargers was you couldn't see through your perfect hair. You're playing for a tie, a hair tie. Doug Peterson's brilliant halftime adjustment was a rubber band. Wrap it up, yo. War Heinrich Spoon, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, go Chiefs!
I mean, dude, that was like terrible. that was terrible, but funny. I'm pretty certain. First of all, if you had hair like that, you would feature prominently. Second of all, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't care more about his hair than what happens on the field. And Doug Peterson's only adjustment at halftime was a rubber band or a hair tie. It's a playoff game, man. You can't tie. You can't play for a tie, dude. It's a playoff game. I don't know, but for some reason that was the best phone call beef of the day. I didn't agree with any of it, but that made me laugh. Well done. Let's go to South Carolina. Keep coming. We're not there yet. These beef segments have carried to the bottom of the hour. I'm skeptical that this one will. 1-800-636-8686. If you want, you can still hit me up on social too, at Jim Rome. Let's go to South Carolina. Phil, you made it in. What is your beef, Phil?
Romy, thanks for the vine.
You got it.
Listen, my beef is with my neighbor who still has his Christmas lights up even though MLK Day is past. Every day, Jim, as I roll up in my fine luxury sled, Jim, as I roll up in my Ford after putting in a 14-hour grind, I have the pleasure of seeing Santa Claus on this a-hole's roof looking like an old-world peeping Tom. Man, I am sorry you didn't win the neighborhood decoration.
No, Alvy!
No. You don't like that call.
Come on, Alvy. Phil, sorry about that.
Not a very good call.
Brutal Alvy is back. Bitter Alvy is back. Yeah, I know. I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth. And I know I told you to move it along, but I kind of like that old guy. He was getting rolling. He was pissed. Didn't he say, I don't need to come home after a 14-hour grind and see some old peeping Tom on the roof looking down on me? I'm sorry you did not win the neighborhood award. I like that guy. Yeah, but you can't win, right? When you don't run guys, they call you out. And then when you do run a guy, I call you out. He's back, though. Alvy's paying attention. 1-800-636-8686. You want to know how out of touch I am? Hey, Dr. Jano, are you listening right now? 1, how did the robot appointment go? And number 2, did we take our lights down? I don't even know the answer to that. That's how out of touch I am. I hope he's not talking about me. Now, we never did put a fat ass on the roof. We just go with a nice touch and some nice lights. 1-800-636-8686. All right, let's try Stockton. Zach in Stockton. Zach, what's your beef?
Rome Star. My beef is with the NBA's programming schedule. Hey, Adam Skeletor. Silver. You got the best freaking offensive rated duo in the league in De'Aaron Fox and Domas Sabonis breaking down the offense for the nation on NBA Today earlier this week, but you ripped the one nationally televised game on their schedule 2 weeks ago? That's whack. Or the sorry ass.
I got to ask, Alvin. Wait, you're going to let DeBoner go?
I don't like that call.
Well, so why did you run him for what? Saboner. That was retro. Alvin, dude, I don't even know you anymore. Like, what the hell is going on with you? You let Saboner go for what, like 15, 20 seconds? And for what? You wanted to hear what he was going to say for the rest of the call? It doesn't matter that it didn't pay off. Where did you think he was going, Alvin? He glossed the guy Saboner. Alvin's like, yeah, dude, but he might have paid it off. You don't get to pay off things that are runnable. Oh, why don't we just walk off on... I'm not walking off. Just step back for a minute. Alvin, you don't get to pay off runnable material. It's runnable material. It's supposed to end right when they do it. I know you're the guy who makes a decision, but if we allow Saboner, what else are we going to allow? Alvin, I don't know what's going on with you. You good? What's up in your life? 1-800-636-8686. Let's keep going. Bobby in the Bay. Bobby, what's your beef?
Hello, what's up, Jim Rome? This is Bobby. I'm that truck driver that gave you the plug on the number 65, and I have a beef with those drivers that do not know how to merge, those yo-yos. And they probably don't even know how to make a sandwich. So what I want them to do is put in the search engine the nearest Ike's sandwich shop and go pick me up a number 65 while learning how to merge.
I feel you, Bobby. I feel you. I appreciate you. It's a good idea. Those are two things you should know how to do. How to merge and how to pick up a number 65 at Ike's. So true. It is so true. Those who are incapable of merging are a pain in our ass. It's not that hard. Turn around. Look behind you. Look both ways. Move in an orderly fashion. Decide what lane you want to be in. And then we can get to the roundabout. Let's go to Portland. Tom, we're still going. Tom in Portland. Tom, what's your beef?
Gimme, buddy. I'll tell you my beef is with gas station attendants. Get off your earth and stop smoking your cigarette and pump my gas. I shouldn't have to wait for 10 minutes to get my damn gas.
All right, dude. Or you could pump it yourself. It's gas. Is gas not expensive enough? You need somebody to pump your gas? I mean, maybe I shouldn't speak without knowing. Maybe there's a reason that you can't pump your gas, but let me ask you this. Can you not pump your gas, or do you not want to pump your gas? And does anybody actually have other people pump their gas for them anymore? Like this whole notion of full service. I think there are in some places where you can't pump your own gas. I know that. That there are certain states where you cannot pump your gas. They will not allow you to pump your gas. If that's what that is, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Then I would also want the gas attendant to get off their ass and stop smoking and do their job. That's what that is. It's still toll free, and I'm still looking for a good phone call. I'd love to walk off with some heat. 1-800. Yeah, but it is partly my fault. I did say you can beef about anything you want.
Good.
1-800-636-8686. Why don't we try Arkansas? Best thing about the beef segment is we do get beefs from all over the country. Let's go to Arkansas. Tony in Arkansas. Tony, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim, it's people that call in the show and they can't speak extemporaneously. They've obviously spent the night before cracking themselves up on their Mac to try to be funny, and we have to listen to it. Normally, it's great. Today's been awful, man.
Here, man. Preach. Good job, Tony. Obviously, you're way too smart. Hey, Tony, can you maybe stop using big words, too, like that? Well done. He's right. Or, for you clones, he's not wrong. I'm not done yet. I could do this all day, sadly. Had a great conversation with Hines Ward yesterday. Really good. For episode number 251 of the Jim Rome podcast. You might want to look for that. When we come back, I've got the co-host of the opening drive on Sirius XM NFL Radio. He's all over the Bengals, Solomon Wilcots. That's actually a short segment and then that. I would love to compliment you on your effort for the beef segment, but it was pretty sorry, actually. Next week, let's do a little better.